getting into our fourth set. Yeah, well, fourth set. Of course, with those two walkovers, we kind of lost a couple of sets, but we're getting into our next set. It's going to be on Dusk Towers, one of our gold versus gold matchups. LiT is actually kind of technically only one win away from winning this week number 2 here. We'll go ahead and get into our game, spawning in the top right of Dusk Towers from LiT eSports. This is our Terran player, excloud. And his opponent in the bottom left in blue from Paragons of Perfection. Going to try to stymie the tide of losses here. Our Zerg player, this is Smash. So we've already seen a couple of TVZs. I think they've featured pretty standard ideas of playing. I mean, in the first TVZ, which is actually a random versus Z, it just happens that LiT's player Edenil spawned as Terran. He went for that sort of bunny build that we've been seeing a lot recently, thanks to the ever-lovely Nathanius. Been seeing a lot of that recently, getting out that quick liberator range, being just super annoying, and winning the game off of that, pretty much. We do see Smash taking a very early hatchery, and he's taking it out here, out front, at the, what could be considered, for every other race in this game, the third base, but since he is Zerg, it's not necessarily a bad idea to go ahead and take that third as your natural base, and taking the tucked in base as your third base. Let's get some creep going forward and towards your opponent a lot quicker, and it can be a lot safer to go ahead and take that third when it is nice and tucked in, when you're able to just defend these kind of still very, very close bases. I mean, on a lot of maps, this setup would be like the main natural, but here on Dusk Towers, this is actually the third. Likewise, excloud is actually going to go ahead and expand as well. He does have actually just a Marine on the way. He did get that early gas, but going into a Marine first, so he can get this factory out super quick. So let's wait and see what exactly he decides to do with this. One of the great things about the CTL is, regardless of the levels of their players, they're able to prep, and they're able to prep all week for a specific matchup. It's outside of the ace match, it's all the best. It's a best of one, so they can work on one build explicitly the entire time throughout practice, and just go with that and execute it very, very well, and just take a win based off of actually practicing, which is one of the really cool things about the CTL. So to see what exactly excloud is going to pull out here in this set number 4. We do have this factory finish, nothing actually coming out of it just yet. He also has his natural base just about finishing up. Looks like he's gonna, well, I'm not sure exactly what he's gonna be doing here. Okay, there's the start point. He almost made a depot just because he hit B instead of V first. But factory does move on down to near the natural wall off. Is he gonna let this off again and start making a bunch of Hellions? Or is he just... Okay, he is gonna switch this around, so he just wanted to land the factory in case, the factory ran out of gas and crashed or something like that. That's totally what was happening. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Still nothing. We have a second gas here, so this could be, again, that same early Liberator range build that we saw out of his teammate. And we do see 2 Hellions on the way, but we do have speed on the way here for Smash, and it's not like he went super quick into a third base, so he's not going to have a lot to defend all at once. Lings are poking away here at this supply depot, but there's going to be a bit of an annoyance. Not really actually going to be able to get in and do much of anything. And actually, an engineering bait came up rather than fusion core, and I'm almost worried the excloud may have, mixed up his thought process there. And I was thinking that the range upgrade for Liberators comes out of the engineering barrier rather than the fusion core, but it could also just be for a really quick +1. I mean, all the excloud's going to have for a long time is going to be a bunch of Hellions and Marines, and he's getting these Liberators as well, so I don't know. To see what exactly he put this engineering bait down for. Does scan, sees the main, doesn't really see much of anything. He sees the Roach Warren, he sees the lair on its way, but beyond that, there's really nothing to look at. He doesn't actually know much of anything else other than the fact that Smash did take this third base as his natural. And excloud's going to swing in here with this Liberator and start getting some drone kills. Very difficult for the Queen to actually fend this off, especially depending on the reaction time. And also, the really nice thing that excloud's doing here is he's moving these Hellions across over to the third/natural base, and I assume once he sends this Liberator in, he's going to swing on in with those Hellions and get a bunch of kills with drones at the same time. And actually, a little bit of a sad rally point for those Lurglings there. A few of those do get roasted off, and well, Hellions still just doing a little bit of work, and we do see 2 factories behind all this for excloud, so he's going to be playing some mech here. He's not going to be going into bio. He still hasn't, decided to go for that diffusion core or anything, but Liberator does pop on in. It's going to start getting a bunch of worker kills here. It's already up to 3. He's going to get a Queen as well, and still the Hellions out front taking out a bunch of Lings. Not the right button. 18 Lings have gone down so far, and these Hellions are just dancing. A really nice block here of the ramp by Smash, so those Hellions aren't going to be able to get in. A nice reposition of the Spore Caller as well. Probably will get the Liberator, just barely gets away. It's got to be so frustrating. He's even going to land a mule to repair that. That's awesome. Smash, see that? I don't know if Smash actually saw that or not, but that's awesome. It's awesome and hilarious at the same time. So nothing but Liberators and Hellions right now for excloud, and he's got 2 more factories, but he doesn't really have a ton of gas, and he's only got 2 workers mining at the natural off of these 2 extractors. And this is going to leave him a little bit vulnerable to Smash pushing across the map with a lot of roaches. That's 19 roaches. 19 roaches walking across the map right now and going up against nothing but Hellions. Granted, there is, there's a wall here, so it's going to be kind of annoying to deal with. But if these next 2 Liberators that come out don't actually go into defender mode at the ramp, this is going to be a lot of an issue for excloud. Love the quick reaction time there by Smash, getting that Spore Caller in position. Really not too much that these Liberators can do, and the Spore Caller is in position here at the main as well, forcing this Liberator away, and once again almost kills the Liberator, but it just barely gets away. And these roaches, there we go. We do have a few Ravagers out to deal with the Liberators, if the Liberators did actually, go in defender mode, but they're just going to chill, it seems. excloud is just trying to find a spot to get some kills, and there he goes. He gets a couple more worker kills, 3 more worker kills on gas even, so it's a huge annoyance, but actually no wall here to speak of for excloud. He's going to let all these roaches and Ravagers on up. Really nice fire there by Smash. Is he going to take out another Liberator? There he goes. He's going to take out another Liberator there. Tank is about to go down to excloud, saying mistakes were made, realizing, hey, this was down. He went to both the SCVs. The good news is everything in here is at really low health, so the SCVs are going to get some monster kills here, and excloud's going to clean it up. He's going to clean it up with SCVs. And the worker count's actually pretty even right now. So, hey, that wasn't terrible. I mean, yeah, you don't want to ever really have your wall down, but, I mean, other side of the map, he was killing a bunch of workers and denying a bunch of mining time with his own Liberators. Granted, there are a lot of units streaming across the map right now, but it's mostly Lings, and there is a tank here. There's actually a couple of tanks. There's even another Liberator here that just needs to go into defender mode on this ramp and just take out everything that walks up, because honestly, there's not a whole lot that Smash can do. Lings do pop on in, but they say, hey, that's tank fire. Actually, tank is doing a lot of damage to his own depots and his reactor here, and excloud realizing that, going for that repair, but that is so many tanks up here. That's a lot of tanks up here for just a few roaches and Lings, and that's going to be a mistake for Smash to try to push up there and get anything done. excloud just scanning, making sure, hey, you haven't like switched your tech on me, have you? Does he really know? I mean, he knows that these bases are here, but he probably thinks he's actually maybe a little bit behind and is starting to turtle up. He does have a 3rd command center. He's actually lifting that. Looks like he wants to go float that down, but he's going to have to use the Liberators to actually take this, because this is still a decent force out here for Smash. So it could be kind of painful to push into this. He's going to push into it, but I mean, Liberators, there's one at the ramp here. It's just going to start leapfrogging forward. Actually, the Ravagers are going to go after the command center. They do so much damage to those. It's hilarious. There's no range on the Liberators, but he is going to start zoning it out and hopefully moving his tanks down to help. Because Ravagers will be able to take out those Liberators pretty easily. So, again, it's just a matter of excloud needs to take his third base, and he's got to find a way to do it. Even, like, make a Banshee. Of course, he's got his starport on the reactor here. But a Banshee would be really cool to have right now. He's going to start pushing forward now. He's taking his tanks down with him. Just barely leapfrogging forward every now and then. Kind of just baiting some of those Ravagers into the fire. The Liberators, they're really well done by excloud. Just trying to find a way to make his opponent make a mistake. So many tanks right now. We got so many tanks, 7 tanks out, and most of them are actually that's not the best of decisions there by Smash. He just lost a bunch of Ravagers going after. I don't even know where those battle shots went. I think he killed 1 tank that was on the ramp, but now all he has left over are 4 Ravagers and 7 Roaches, and excloud doesn't even really need to siege. He's even got blue flame on these Hellbats here, so he's gonna be doing some more damage. He's just trying to say, hey, this is my base. I'd really appreciate it if I could take this. So if you go ahead and just leave, I would be so happy. Smash just realizing these units are gonna die. He's gonna take out what he can, but doesn't get too much for his work there. And excloud will now be able to finally take, at the 11-minute mark, finally be able to take his third base. But behind this, Smash wasn't droning super heavily. He is getting a Spire, however, so that could be a nice surprising tech switch. I mean, we do have Liberators out, and if he were to try and go for Mutas, those would just melt instantly to all these Liberators. If he goes Corruptors, that's a possibility, but again, it's enough Liberators and the option to go into Vikings really quickly too is quite the threat. Nothing but Roaches and a couple of Ravagers here on the other side of the map, and excloud is looking to push out, and he's got a few tanks over here. He's got 9 tanks total, but I think a couple of them are lagging behind back here to come join the party. He's got a bunch of Liberators, of course, that are going to help him. I think he's kind of worried that his opponent actually has this hatchery already up, but it's not there. It's just now coming in, and that's not going to last. It's not going to last at all. Cancel it. Nope, no cancel, but that's kind of sad for him. Spire's not finished just yet, almost on the way here, but that is a lot of tanks. That's a lot of Corruptor Bile Shots going down, taking out a couple of those tanks, so nicely done there by Smash, but now he's just got to take the high ground. Really well done here by Smash, making sure to find ways that he can actually engage into this, because it is rather annoying to try and fight this as a Zerg player. It's a lot of tanks, it's a lot of Ravagers, or a lot of Liberators, and it's hard to get on top of that. Actually, 2 tanks. 2 tanks need to come join the party. There's only a few up here, but they are getting work in. Queen about to go down here. 8 kills, 11 kills, 5 kills, 9 kills on these tanks. These tanks have done so much work, and the last couple of units do go down for Smash, and now he's got 15 Roaches on the way, and that's all he has left. Liberator's going to go for the ramp block, but it's actually kind of a frightening place to put them, because if any Ravagers did get morphed up here in the main base, they could take them out pretty easily, but it's so many Ravagers right now, and not really any time for Smash to get those made. And oh my god, the drone melts are real. 25 workers have been killed so far in this game by excloud, and he's looking like he's in a pretty powerful position right now. 116 supply to 61. A couple of Mercy Mutas coming in here, but Liberators are going to switch out of the Defender mode, start attacking those, take those out nice and easy. And I'm curious, did anybody get any upgrades? Yeah, we do have a +1 attack here for this mech army, mech ground force at least. And he's still just going to keep pushing forward with these siege tanks. That's so many siege tanks. Smash is going to call GG there. And LiT will, at this point, technically take the week, but we do still have a couple of matches to cast. Sasky versus Amicus and Nosy Neighbor versus Intuition. Those will still be done. We'll get into the next set, which is going to be Sasky versus Sexy, I don't know, Sasky versus Amicus, a TVP Platinum match coming up next.